Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be journaling for an entire week. So I basically have the week off work, which means I can do lots of fun things. And then of course, when I'm doing lots of fun things, it means I get to journal about all of those fun things. So come and join me for the week whilst we do a lot of journaling, and I can share with you the things that I get up to as well. If you're new here, then welcome in. My name is Lizzie and I do a lot of journaling content with a bit of pen paling and other hobbies, a lot of reading. But first of all, the first thing we are going to be journaling about is Valentine's Day, because of course February is the month of love, and I actually really like Valentine's Day. It's not even something that I particularly go overboard with. I've never done all the teddies and lots of gifts and all the traditional stuff, but I just really like the day, and I like seeing other people get to celebrate with their partners. And another thing that I really love about Valentine's Day is it's just kind of like a day that you can celebrate anyone that you love. It doesn't have to be someone you're in a relationship with. So I'm a big fan of valentines, so I've bought my friends valentines things in the past, although this year they have had partners, so I've kind of let them buy them things. But yeah, I really enjoy it, and as I said, it's not something that I personally go overboard with. Me and my partner just kind of get some nice food. This year he cooked me dinner, and I did actually get him some gifts this time, even though I don't usually, but I just kind of wanted to spoil him this year. So yeah, I got him some nice new clothes, and then he obviously made me a nice dinner. And I actually was at work for the day whilst it was Valentine's Day. If you don't already know, I'm a school teacher, so I was at school whilst it was Valentine's Day, and it was actually a really nice day because some of the kids brought me some chocolates. One of them made me a little heart cookie, and then we spent the afternoon making Valentine's cards that they could take home and give to their family members. I obviously had to make a card as well to show them how to make it and stuff, and I decided to give it to my grandma because she's by herself. So I got all the kids to write little cute notes on them, and then I dropped it off at her house after school. So yeah, that was a nice little surprise for her. And then I came home to obviously having dinner cooked. And from the photo that you can see, Ralph did try to steal my food. So for the spread, I wanted to go with obviously a pink theme, and I had these rose stickers that I kind of forgot I even owned. So these were really good to use, obviously very Valentine's, very romantic. And then I had this checkered pink paper with lots of different pink tones in it, and I just kind of used that to decorate around the edge of the spread. And then I used my typewriter stamps to write just a simple title, Valentines. And then of course I added the picture of Ralph in there as well. And you'll notice as well there's a lot of photos going into my journal at the moment, so it's already looking pretty chunky, but I am very happy with how this spread has turned out. I feel like it's very romantic, and it will just be really nice to look back on in the future at what I did on this Valentine's Day. The next spread that I'm going to be making today is all about a little day trip that me and some friends took. We went for like a walk in the Peak District. It's not very often that I kind of get to see them because they work in a restaurant, so our working hours are very different, but he gets Mondays and Tuesdays off, and obviously we went at work this week, so it meant that we could do something on the Monday, so we decided to go to the Peak District, which is about a 45-minute drive from where I live, so it's not like a too far journey. And I will say it was absolutely freezing on this day. It was so cold, I did not wear enough layers, even though I was wearing thermals, but still wasn't warm enough. As I'm recording this now, it is also so very windy, so I really hope you can't hear all the wind sounds, but if you do, then let's just pretend that it's some nice cozy wind ambience. I actually quite like wind sounds. If it's very windy when I'm going to sleep, I find it quite relaxing because it feels nice knowing that I'm all cozy and wrapped up in bed. But obviously it's not ideal for when I'm trying to record voiceovers. But for this spread, I wanted to go with a green theme. Even though where we walked, obviously the waterfall that you saw was very green around there, but then where we walked afterwards, it was not very green at all because obviously everything is just starting to grow back, but all the trees are pretty bare. But where the waterfall was, there was a lot of moss and ivy, and obviously they are green pretty much all year round, and there was a lot of that along all the old ruins, so it was very cozy, it was very cute, and yeah, it was very green, even though that was kind of the only place that was pretty green, so that's why I kind of wanted to go for a green theme with this journal spread. I would say that they are kind of my favourite kind of spreads to make. I don't know why, I just have a lot of really nice green stationery, so it means I guess I can use them all. And I just like how it all turns out when the green tones kind of mix with the vintage papers. I guess it's a bit like when I really like making autumn spreads. It's kind of for the same reason. The oranges and browns all go really nicely together, and so I kind of feel the same way about all the green tones in this spread. I basically added one of the screenshots from the video that I got because I didn't actually take any pictures, I kind of forgot, so that was really my only choice for a photo. And then I just used basically loads of things from my sticker release book because I had quite a few green things that I'd kind of been hoarding. And as I did my writing, I realised that I had maybe left a bit too much space because I didn't have like a ton of things to write about. So I just kind of found any green stickers that would basically fit into the blank spaces on this spread. And it meant that I got to use some of my favourite pet tape samples, which I am now out of. I do not have any more of them. It's the Wildberry Labs green ones, and they're kind of like the green leaves at the top and then the ones in the bottom right hand corner, and yeah, they're just so nice, but I'm running out of them, which makes me sad. But I am also trying not to buy new stationery, so I can't actually buy any more, so I'm just going to have to use some of the different stationeries that I already have. But I really like this spread and how it came out. This next thing is not technically journaling, but if you are new to my channel, then I do a lot of pen paling, and that's kind of how my whole channel started out. So I do like to include little pen pal with me where possible in my videos, so I decided to record me making this letter for my pen pal Sophie. And I basically made a little series of envelopes, which you'll see at the end of the video, out of vintage paper. And then I had these really cute like pastel-y colours, and they're kind of like spring patterns, and I basically did a similar design for all of them based on this one envelope because I just loved it so much how it turned out. I basically love anything gingham as well, so any excuse to use a gingham pattern, I am there. I really wanted to buy myself like a big paper pad with just gingham patterns but in like every different colour, but I basically didn't because I was like, no, I'm not meant to be buying any stationery, so I wish I did, but I was being good and I decided not to. But it just shows that I didn't need to because I've been able to make lots of really nice pen pal letters since without having to get more stationery. I made the big blue bit in the middle, kind of like the focal point, and then I added some of the different details around the edges just to decorate and create a bit of depth on the envelope. I've been thinking about making a video all about pen paling and how to kind of get into it and things like that, so if that is something you are interested in, then please let me know in the comments because I've been saying that I was going to make it for a very long time, so I feel like if you guys kind of shout at me to do it, then it might motivate me to make that video a little bit more because I get a lot of questions on my Instagram as to how to get into the hobby and the best way to get started. So I would just like to make the hobby a lot more accessible to people because personally I think it's a really great one and I've made a lot of friends through it. I've met some of my pen pals in real life as well, and that was a really nice experience. And I've been writing to some of my pen pals for like 3 years now, so yeah, it's just a really wholesome hobby and everyone in the community that I've come across so far has been so lovely and I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I've not had any bad experiences, so yeah, I would just like to share the hobby with some more people. So this is the little flip book that I made. On this side is where the letter is going, and then on the other side that is where all the goodies are going to go, and I kind of made a similar flip book, if you like, for the other envelopes as well because this just kind of worked so well, and with the envelope being vintage paper it just made sense for the flip book to also be made out of vintage paper. So the next footage that you're going to see is all of my travel clips from my trip to Manchester because I went to a really exciting Animal Crossing event, so yeah, you will see all of that next. I am just printing out some pictures to journal with. This is the Instax printer that I use for pretty much all of my journal photos. I am actually planning on getting a new one, like a different printer for my birthday, which is also an instant camera. I think it's a Kodak one, so I will share all of that when I get it, but it basically creates much thinner photos and the photos last like way longer than these ones, and obviously I want this journal to last basically my entire life and preferably further than that, so some random strangers in the future can find them and look through them, I don't know. But yeah, these pictures, I don't know how long the Instax ones last for, but I do know that they do tend to fade. So the new printer that I'm getting slash camera is, the pictures apparently last like, I can't remember what it said, but it's like at least 200 years or something. Obviously I don't know if that's true, but that's what it says, so we'll just have to see. But anyway, the footage that you just watched was me going to Manchester with my best friend, and we went with my partner and her partner. And yeah, we basically were going to Manchester anyway for our other best friend's birthday party, and we decided to get a hotel and stay over. And then I saw that they were doing an Animal Cross event at all of the different aquariums over the UK, and I've kind of seen this happen in America and Canada, and I've been so jealous of everybody that's been able to go, because me and my best friend are basically like massive Animal Crossing fans. We've played like every single Animal Crossing game since we were kids, so yeah, we're always very excited about it. And yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, we have to go. And it just so happened that the aquarium in Manchester, where we were going anyway, the dates kind of matched up, so we basically instantly booked tickets to go. And whilst you were there, they had some like stamps that you could collect as you went around the aquarium. They had some of the different characters there, and surprisingly enough, I'll be honest, there was like no children there. Everybody was like our age or older, so yeah, there was no kids. It was definitely, you know, all my age people. I'm 28, by the way, just to clarify. So yeah, it was very funny seeing grown adults queue up to get a photo with Tom Nook and Isabel, but we also definitely did that as well. So they were so cute. They were like waddling in their costumes. They just look so funny, and I always enjoy going around aquariums anyway. As I was growing up, I had a lot of fish tanks and tropical fish, so I usually know quite a lot of the fish like species and things, so I enjoy going just for that anyway. And we'd never been to the Sea Life in Manchester before. It's actually based in the Old Trafford Centre, which is like a big shopping centre, which also I've never visited, and that place was huge. And it was just so strange because I walked in and it's like decorated as if it's in Italy, like it's all like got all the paintings on the ceilings, big statues. I don't know, it was very strange because I was like, this is not in Italy, but it feels like I am in Italy. But anyway, so we walked around there after we went to the aquarium, and we got some pizza and did a little bit of shopping. I also went into Waterstones, but I did not buy anything. I was good. I really wanted to buy Deep End by Ali Hazelwood because I have read that and I really loved it. So I was like, I kind of want to buy the book, but I didn't. After we did all of our shopping, we went back to the Airbnb, got ready, and then we went to my friend's party because it was her 30th birthday party, and she lives in Manchester anyway, and she'd just been travelling, so we hadn't seen her in a very long time, so it was just very nice. So for the spreads, I kind of did 2 spreads, I guess 1.5. I was talking about in my last video how I wanted to try and experiment a bit more with doing single spreads, like 1 page, rather than always doing a double page, and I kind of asked you guys how you kind of made them cohesive, or if you didn't really care about that, and how you kind of organized it. And somebody commented and said they always use like the same piece of washi tape or something along that lines, so that something in the two spreads kind of brings them together, and I really like that idea. So you will notice on my other spread, the first one that I did, where I just kind of stuck down the different bits of ephemera, that I had used vintage paper, which doesn't necessarily go with Animal Crossing stuff, but I felt like that would kind of tie it in with the other spread, and yeah, it worked really well. So thank you for commenting, whoever that was, and giving me that idea. As always, let me know what you're doing whilst you're watching my videos as well. I love to know what creative things you're getting up to, or if you're just snuggling up on the sofa with your pets. But it's always nice to know what you guys do when you watch my videos. And of course, if you have been enjoying, then make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any journal content in the future. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about with the two different spreads kind of coming together and being cohesive. And it was really cute to cut out all the different Animal Crossing elements from my leaflets and things that I had collected.